WJBW is made possible by sausage. Stick one in your mouth.
I hear a little bit of feedback in the mic.
These charges are not mine.
Hey, welcome to the JBW Web DBWDD.com or RevRevShow.com. Oh, yes! Fucking asinine.
Can you give me a massage? I love you.
Holla at you.
Ow!
Ooh, girl.
Seriously.
Hello, Papa.
Some shit like that. You gotta do the Rocky Mountain Ride.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck with. Boy. Get everybody get the Rocky Mountain Ride.
WJBW.
Welcome back. WJBW Network's proud to present the flagship show of the site. It's
Flagship
the JB
show.
Rev Show. The JB Rev. The Rev
I'm
sitting
Rev.
across the way
What up?
from me. Every
What
week
up?
we talk with talented people, make sure that we're focusing on the people that are busting their ass and doing great stuff. And this week, dude, I'm stoked. We have two legendary characters
Yeah,
right
we
in
do.
the studio here.
For
One
real.
we've spoken with before over the last 8 years.
And one we're gonna speak with.
And a new one that we're going to learn a little bit
Yeah, we are.
about. So
I'm excited.
happy to have Fallon Noliff and legendary Swanburger across the way.
Oh,
Swimburger, as a
Yes.
matter. They're naming sandwiches after that man,
Yes.
closing down the streets, having parties in his honor. That's all.
Yeah,
all
shout out Drunken
So,
Monkey.
Great,
Oh,
no
nice.
doubt. Great artist as well as a musician and talented rapper and activist here in Orlando. And I am so excited to get to learn a little bit more about Fallon.
Yeah.
She got a great project, Milk and Honey.
Hey.
And we'll talk with, learn
Yes,
a little bit
queen.
about that. There's a great show coming to the Milk District, and of course you have a physical location there, and we're going to talk about what is it? It is this. It is this
Étoile.
boutique.
Étoile.
Étoile.
Boutique. Is that how you say that?
Étoile.
I tell people
Boutique.
that it's pronounced like a wall, but with a T in it, a toile. You don't have to say with a French accent.
Étoile.
Yeah.
Okay. Étoile boutique. I think I got it.
And this is Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah.
That's how I
Oh.
finally got your name right. Like that. I don't call her Fuchsius anymore.
Fuchsius.
That's what he's
where
doing.
you-
Story.
This guy,
Where you
we've
got that?
Long
been
story.
popping this mic live for a little while before this, and this guy's already almost made everybody in the room leave. So good job. He's right on cue there. No,
Hey,
it
man.
is the ever
That's what I do.
adorable, the Reverend. Maybe
Yeah.
has a revelation for us a little bit later today.
I do.
And then to
I
pin
do.
up this whole episode, I was able to get a on-the-street local legend interview with Mike Busey. So that's going to air at the very end. If you know who that is, he is the
Wow.
crazy legendary guy. So that's an on-the-street interview. But anyway, all strewn
Word.
throughout. We're going to play some soliloquist of sounds.
Nice.
And we got open phone lines. So it's 407-906-9328. But I thought what would be cool, like we were talking about, is to
Right.
kind of learn a little bit about Fallon.
Fallon, yeah.
And give us kind of the skinny. Were you from here, from Orlando?
I moved here about 15 years ago from
Wow.
Port St. John, which is a super small town in Cocoa, 30
Right.
minutes inland of Cocoa Beach.
But
Okay.
that's still pretty local. I mean, you're still
So,
in
but that's
Central
local.
Florida.
What were you doing
born
over there?
I worked at a Regis hair salon selling hair
Okay.
product in the mall.
Where were you born, Fallon?
Port St. John. Well, Titusville.
Oh,
but-
so you're Floridian. Mm-hmm. Right on. Cool.
This is our surprise local legend interview for you. 20
That's our
plus
theme music
years.
for local
20
legends.
plus years pumping in the scene because this is a little proactive too because I think you got some good stuff to come. It seems
Yeah.
like you're
Oh my
really
God,
in
yeah.
the sweet spot of Orlando, and people love what you've done so far with Tasty Takeover, Étoile. Oh, I screw it up every time. Étoile, but boutique, and Milk and Honey, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But there you go. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Early local legend title for you. Well,
Word.
there you go. So, yeah, so let's peel it back to the
Yeah,
beginning.
let's
Can we
talk
do
about
it kind of linear, bring us up to current day?
Well, she was.
You
You
do
were
art? Oh,
working
yeah.
at Regis Hair Salon.
Yeah, we don't have to talk about that. That was
Okay.
the highlight of my life.
But then you moved here to Orlando.
I did. I moved here to Orlando and went to Paul Mitchell Hair School, beauty school dropout. Dropped out 2 weeks before graduating. And then flash forward to 25 years old, I bought Etoile.
Wow.
The original owner basically sent me a message on Facebook and said, hey, do you know anyone that wants to buy a cute little vintage store? And I was selling my jewelry at the store at the time. And I said, why not? And I did. And now here we are 8 years later.
Wow. That's quite a run.
Yeah.
I mean, for retail, especially an independent retail store at a location like you have, that's awesome, Fallon. I've got mad respect for that because that takes
no doubt,
quite a bit of ambition to do that. So you've actually, it's now called Tasty Takeover, but you were the founder of Tasty Tuesdays.
Myself and Tommy Mott.
Right. And how long did that go for? And like in at the peak, let's talk about that a little bit because that's pretty impressive. And let's how long? How did?
Yeah, and I want to get to also hear more about plans for your current location, like cool stuff you want to do.
So Tasty Takeover started, I believe, 7 years ago. Tommy came to me with a general idea of wanting to, amp up the foot traffic in the Milk District on a Tuesday because there was nothing going on. So he had idea of bringing out some food trucks, and he got a DJ gig out of state and handed over the event to me to manage while he was gone. And when he came back, I had a Facebook page, a logo, the whole lineup for the following month. And he was like, you're killing it. I'm just going to, let you have this. And we've been doing it ever since. Now we have 13 food trucks. We started with 2.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
That's remarkable. And that goes on every Tuesday night. And it sounds like you got it really on lockdown because you're here.
Yeah, yeah.
You're even so on top of everything.
I didn't even think
of
that.
Which is awesome, though. But that kind of, but that kind of brings me back to bless you. You okay?
Yeah.
Okay. That kind of brings me back to your store because I love all kinds of vintage stuff, and
me too.
It's just really kind of important for Orlando to have something like that. I'm sure that's a tireless kind of a job. So are there things with that store you haven't done yet? Because you do a lot of cool stuff. You guys for a while there were like the shining star on a Saturday afternoon. It was, there you were, right? Like the only ones right there.
It was like a dead zone minus us.
Yeah,
Totally.
so now to see it kind of coming together, are there things that you kind of have been patient enough now that maybe you can do in that spot that you hadn't been able to do before, but now maybe could be possible?
Yeah, I think when I first bought it, it was a one-man show, and now I'm, I have a team of people that work with me that have taken the shop to a level that I didn't see it going before. And I kind of label the store as a brick and mortar Etsy, so I've always had partners within the retail side of it. We try and bring in local artists to share their work and give them a platform to show Orlando what they're doing, but furthermore, the team of girls that I work with have really elevated the shop to a new place. So that's probably something that I didn't anticipate when I first bought it, and I was doing everything top to bottom on my own.
How people would kind of take it and say, this is my shop too. Like almost sense of ownership. Yeah, and you
want them to feel that.
You gotta love that.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to find good people like that too.
Yes.
So that's a good thing.
Yeah.
So, all right, so cool. So, with that particular location, I mean, do you take stuff in? How do you get a bunch of your stuff there?
I have a buyer that brings stuff every Friday. I have what's called a want list with my regulars, and they let me know. I really would like for you to have more, bongos. It's like an 80s brand of denim.
Okay.
I really would like for you guys to have more camo. I'd like for you guys to have more crop tops. And then I give that list to my buyer, and she goes and sources it. And then every Friday we restock the shop with things that I've taken off of my want list, and also things that I just see moving quickly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So, and that's another thing too with like a retro clothing. It's kind of hard sometimes to find certain stuff. Like, do you ever see any Lionel Richie shirts?
I will let you know.
Okay, all right.
No, we already kind of talked about that.
Put me on the list. Okay.
Will do.
Yeah.
Put me on that list.
Lionel Richie.
Speaking
as well as
I love Lionel Richie. What are you talking about?
And he loves Erasure.
Okay. I love all kinds of music.
Communards.
Okay. All
Pet
right.
Shop Boys.
All right, here he goes in a ditch. There he is.
Culture Club.
Talking with Fallon. Nolif. Am I saying that correctly, or is that just the first and the backwards and secret code
That
name.
is my first name backwards. Yes.
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 Okay.
Yes. My last name is Quillen.
Okay, cool. Fallon.
Yeah.
Quillen.
Yes.
Very good. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You are wonderful. What I love, too, is how maybe the answer to the question is kind of moving into that milk and honey type of thing where, we got Swanberger over there, and he's got legendary events that he puts on. Is that kind of the next natural extension for you to kind of grow into more event-based stuff?
Like a promoter,
I mean, because,
perhaps?
the Tasty Takeover, the stuff like that, is that kind of the direction maybe you're moving now that you're freed up?
Yeah, so a lot of people don't know this, but Swam and shout out to Skip were two of the first people that I met when I moved to Orlando, naturally on the corner of Orange selling CDs and Orange Avenue downtown. So Swam and I have known each other for a really long time, and we've talked about doing projects here and there in the past, but I think that this is a beautiful marriage because what he brings to the table are assets that I might have a little knowledge on, but not as much as he does, and then vice versa. So me being as heavily involved as I am with local makers and food trucks, and then him being as involved as he is with local art and music, we're just kind of marrying the two strengths to do festivals that encompass all of these cultures within one platform, which is Milk and Honey.
Cool.
See, and that's incredible because I think that area is now prime for it. When they shut down the Rock and Robinson thing, you're like, oh, you could shut this down.
That was
that
wild.
was a big thing where I think it's like, hey, that kind of thing needs to be more and more available to us as people that live kind of in that vicinity or even to draw people in to that particular area.
Right.
But
very true.
Yeah. So, what, Rev, you got a question?
No, I don't.
What are you doing?
Okay, way to
I'm trying to
fuck
make it
shit
uncomfortable. It's not, nothing's ruined. Relax.
All right,
over
then.
there. All right, relax.
He's on Instagram.
He's on
Instagram.
Farmville.
Yeah,
No, I'm
do whatever
looking-
I want over here,
I'm
motherfucker.
trying to see if he's on Farmville again. Anyway, it is the JB Rev Show. I am happy to be in the room with talented people, and I love you. What are you doing?
I love you
You're
too,
so
man.
angry.
Don't worry about what I'm doing
it's
over here.
It's the subplot.
Hey, why do we have these amazing
the
guests
only
in, here,
reason
in the
we're
room with
ever-
us right
yeah.
now? I reached out to Fallon, and she was like, "Oh, I'm doing this great thing with Swam." And
Well, yeah,
so I
that's
went over
what-
there, and so we got these great guests in the room. So let's keep doing what you're doing there.
Okay. All right. All right, Mr. Man.
All right, then.
So I guess that's a beautiful kind of a segue, and thank you so much for sharing that.
Of course.
Simply because, as we kind of move through this whole event, we're going to be going, back and forth. So I think that's a natural push over to the man over there, the King of Orlando, the
King of Orlando.
Dude, forget mayor.
That's quite the title.
So,
Oh, you didn't see that?
He's a man. He's a man of the street,
You didn't
and
see that for the Orlando Weekly?
yeah.
No, I did not.
best
Was that
of-
The king,
That was
the
years
king
ago.
status?
Yeah.
Yeah, the
That's
king of
cool.
music and nightlife.
Yeah.
Wow.
You didn't
Yeah,
know?
man.
So I almost
That's
I
cool.
couldn't find my fat and jazzy shirt, but I remember during our interview you shared a lot with us about kind of how you came up in an artistic family, and
Yeah.
we talked a little about the fat and jazzy kind of thing, but just to maybe for the sake of everybody
That
in
don't know.
the earshot,
Yeah.
you are the front man of Soliloquist of Sound.
SOS.
And at that exact moment, 7-8 years ago, whatever it was, even further, there was nothing like that going on in Orlando. It
Right.
was just this ostrich. It was this peacock. It was like this incredible thing. And so I'm so proud that you're from here. But maybe kind of fill in all of that from your musical beginnings into kind of where we're at now. And
Give him a little rough, basically.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, I come from Chicago.
Yep.
Right. Came out here probably in '93.
Okay.
All right.
Searching for my voice out here, and then actually ended up moving out here in '98. While I was here on and off, I was doing a lot of skateboarding and a lot of
right on.
battling, a lot of battle rapping.
Oh,
Right.
cool.
So I would go to different clubs like Firestone back in the day.
Yeah.
And would make my way by way of battling folks, and then got to eventually meet BMF
Okay.
as well as Gerard Mitchell.
All
who
right.
now, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so like when I met those guys basically helped me cultivate what it is that I felt that I had as a career, and later on got to meet Da Vinci. Brought on some things like from Chicago that I love, which is Alex. brought her here.
Okay.
And we eventually formed Soliloquist of Sound along with Tanya Combs, the four of us, and started touring. Ended up getting signed to Epitaph / Anti-Records.
Huge success. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I
yeah.
mean, and even listening back to some of your stuff now, it's like so crazy how future Black Panther references, Flat Earth references. I mean, it's
Nice.
just that's
you caught that.
Yeah.
You caught that.
That's what I'm saying.
man.
It's mind blowing how like the music when
was a
you're
while
close
ba-
to
while
it,
back ago,
and
too.
even if you're not, but no, you guys have a huge fan base
Yeah, you do.
all across the country, and is well deserved. You play
Yeah.
these huge big festivals and stuff like that. But what I love about you too, man, is really that you've got this great artistic side as far
Yeah.
as an artist. You've got great prints and stuff that's out there that is your art, which
Yeah.
is remarkable in itself. You can make a whole different career off of that. And then you're very interactive with our community.
Of course.
Very, very much so, and you're putting an emphasis on things that are important. And as I look back at my little memory feed on the Facebook thing, Donna Dallas and Frankie Messina were here a
Nice.
year ago.
Yep.
And
Was
I
that a
remember
year
you
ago
guys,
today, right?
Yeah, I think
Oh, yeah.
the I Love Orlando edition.
Yeah, yeah.
And you guys paid huge tribute to Donna and
Yeah,
other
I
love
people
Donna.
with the shirt. Yeah,
She
so
was,
maybe
she was the one that founded, not founded, but she didn't. She was the one that helped B-Side Artists, which was our collective of like
Wow.
250 artists. We were out there on the street painting,
Yeah.
and she came up to us and pretty much handpicked us.
Holy
And was
crap.
like, "Hey, I want you guys to do your next show in City Arts Factory."
Wow.
And so, like that,
Man,
during that time, like I think we ended up outselling every other
Yeah.
art organization that they've ever had in there.
That's
Yeah.
because Donna is a goddamn genius.
Oh, yeah.
and she's such a sweetheart. I had no idea she did that. I've been a good friend of hers for like
Oh, really?
10
Oh,
plus
that's cool.
years.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's awesome. That sounds like something Donna would do. you
Yeah,
know?
very New York.
Because she's got an eye for talent. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? When we had her in here, she used to work with Mick Jagger and like
a lot of people.
crazy.
I'd have to go
like
listen
Andy
back
Warhol, like just she was rubbing noses with all kinds of cocaine.
I did not see that going there.
Shout out the ambassador of love, Donna
Oh
Dallas.
yeah, that's right.
So yeah, and that's exactly to the point. Orlando's a very vibrant city, and it's basically because of the community.
Yeah.
A lot of this stuff gets amplified because of the community that's here. So as everybody keeps interworking and supporting each other, I love that example and that story. But kind of take us, because over the past 2 or 3 years, I think you kind of moved into more Swamburger Presents.
Yeah, definitely.
Are you still doing some solo stuff? Or
Oh yeah,
what's
definitely.
going? Okay, so
so I'm doing solo. Well, also doing art, doing solo albums. I got about 3 albums coming out this year.
Wow.
Okay.
That are solo based.
get at me.
So one of them is me with MF Shalem, which
Okay.
Sage Francis's old DJ / producer.
Okay.
Like he hit me up, he gave me a couple tracks. I finished those, and then after a while, we just started doing more and more tracks. So we got that one coming out.
That's great.
There's another one that is already done, but I haven't put it out yet, and that one's called Sunshine State of Mind.
Okay.
And then there's
cool.
a third one that I'm working on that I got all the beats done for. I've written and but haven't recorded just yet, and that one's called Stromatolite.
Wow.
So,
Stromata?
Stromatolite.
Stromatolite.
Yeah,
Kinda
I'll
like
let
the
you know a little more about that later.
A little bit, like your
Say it
own
again.
Dolomite,
Dolomite.
like a little.
No, not like
Stralatomite?
Dolomite.
Okay, no,
Stromatolite.
it's
Like the
Stromatolite.
shaft?
Okay, he's talking about the shaft over there. Anyway, our Swamburger, our in-studio guest, Fallon over here as well. So thank you both for doing that. But, buddy, man, I am so stoked because I think a lot of what Orlando represents is the growth and the change.
Yes.
Like I love Chakra Khan, and that came from SOS, right?
Yes,
so
exactly.
it's like that couldn't have been maybe without that, but that
of
is
course.
kind of there. And so, I mean, I think as things keep pushing forward, the message should really be don't be afraid of change, right?
Right.
Kind of almost embrace it and,
Yeah, man.
say, let's make stuff happen. So, all right, so let's try to tie this together in this segment. And then I want to go to a song from Epic Beardmen.
Nice.
If we can do it. Can
Yes.
we do it?
The
All
Epic Beard
So I
Man?
want to tie this together. You guys come back together now, Fallon and Swam. And I want to see if
right.
we can talk about this event that's going on. It's
close.
this Saturday, right? It's the 14th,
Yes.
I think.
Yes.
Saturday, yeah.
This Saturday night.
Yeah,
so
man.
so
Yeah.
give us the skinny. What's going down?
Well, let me describe something. So,
Yeah.
you know, what I had been doing with Swanberger Presents.
Okay, perfect.
Was I
Ah,
was bringing
yeah.
in a
Sorry.
lot of different artists. Mainly, you get to know a lot of different artists as soon as you go to like places like South by Southwest in Austin, Texas.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, and different festivals all over the world, right?
Yeah.
So I would travel to these different spots, but now I'm representing myself as a talent buyer from the social.
Nice.
Right.
Okay.
So I'm kind of going into spots and I'm looking at talent and I'm buying them up and I'm saying, hey, you know, making certain deals and letting them know, hey, if you come here, I can get you 4 or 5 different shows or whatever.
Right.
And you know, let's make that happen. So.
Right on.
As I'm meeting those different folks, and of course, within this industry, people get busy, you know, and sometimes you try to make those calls and you say, hey, I got a talent that's coming in. I need a date. Can you get me this date,
Right.
let's say in the next 2 weeks?
Yeah.
They don't hit you up or something like this.
Right.
So you decide, man, should I just be doing this on my own? Should I take it to another spot? So on this occasion, this kind of happened, and I actually was wandering over to Fallon's spot, actually.
Okay.
And I know that she's a huge fan of Sage Francis. And I had been talking to him.
Huge.
I had been talking to him.
It's like
you know,
Jaina.
for a while, and he was like, you know, I'm doing this new thing that's called Epic Beardman, and I was like, you know what, man, like let's try to. I was talking to Fallon about this. It's like
Right.
let's try to see if we can't do this by ourselves.
Okay.
And like
Sweet.
you know, create something for it. So Fallon's really excited about it, and next thing you know, we're calling our company Milk and Honey and putting it on.
But in the beginning, this was just going to be a one-off. Like, we were just having a casual conversation talking about one event that we were both super excited about.
Right.
And we wanted to make it this, you know, grandiose, as big as it can possibly be event. But as we're talking about this event, we're throwing around, you know, names for this company. And I've been coined Mama Milk District by some
Okay, yeah.
I love it.
and the Milk District.
coined it? Mott
because
coined that?
I don't know, but I just
Because, I mean, after all, Mott came up with the name, the Milk District. That
Right,
was his
yes,
idea. So
yes.
it makes sense
Mama
for you
Milk
being Mama
District.
Milk.
That's awesome.
So I was like, you know, Swan, we have to put the name Milk in this. We have to because, I mean, whether I branch
he came
out
out with,
if I branch out beyond the Milk District, which we're going to do festivals beyond the Milk District, but it's such a close, you know, like close to my heart area of Orlando because I've invested so many years into it. And I don't know if it was you, Swam, or if it was me. But we were tossing around milk and this or that and milk and da-da-da, and we came up with milk and hungry.
I think I said it, and then you were like, "Ooh."
That is so sexy.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what
that
I
was
said.
like the whole thing.
It's
about
creamy
it.
and
Like,
sweet.
So sexy.
It's so sexy
And
sounding.
when you try out names, you know, you say it over and over
Yeah.
and over again.
Oh, totally.
So it's
Yeah.
like, you know, milk and honey.
Milk and
It's like,
honey, yeah.
Yeah, that's perfect.
That's nice right there. That's nice.
And we're like, we have to do this more than once. We have to make this a staple. We have
Yeah.
to do more.
So where physically is it in the milk? Is it?
Behind my shop
Behind the
and
shop,
behind where Spacebar was.
That's
It's in the
awesome.
exact same
So-
vicinity as Tasty Takeover.
Okay,
Okay.
that is awesome. So instead, it's a stage and everything set up back there, like they've
Yeah.
done that before,
Right.
You know, but this is like something that you could repeat,
Right.
yeah, over and over again.
And it doesn't always have to be
And this
in
is
that venue.
Well, that's a big
No.
act.
I mean, it's a production
I mean, that's
company
a big
now,
act
right?
to bring in to that kind of intimate venue.
Oh, we have.
right? I mean,
I have acts.
yeah,
The-
I
the
can
next
imagine.
The next act. I mean, well, this isn't necessarily like the next one for Milk
Yeah.
and Honey, but the next
Something.
act that I'm actually talking to is Charlie Tuna from Jurassic 5.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So, how about this, Swan?
Yeah.
How about, you know, I got a fucking pretty cool venue you could be a part of, and I'm sure
word?
you've been addressed.
Okay.
But, you know, Black Star and all at Odd
Yeah, of
Jobs.
course.
Yeah, so I could see some Milk and Honey shit going on
Of
down there.
course.
You know, that's what
Oh,
I mean.
yeah,
Like,
for the bigger
I,
show.
I
bring
believe
this, you know.
these were already in the talks. You know.
Well,
All right.
funny you
Yeah, all
say
right.
that.
Put the cover.
Yo, you want to hit him? Hit him over there. Go ahead.
The rev.
Hit him with it.
All right.
We
Oh,
were approached to start doing a monthly at Black Star.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, have you kind of cemented that down? Have you thought about, like, you know,
It's
You know,
we're in the
what
works.
kind of
Okay,
drapes?
awesome.
That's in the works.
Thought about
So-
side molding.
that being said, I mean, and let's talk about this for a second. So, by the way, this event that you're doing this Saturday, April 14th, what time does this start?
4
o'clock in
PM,
the
yeah.
afternoon. So that's important to know because
go
if
to
you
10.
show up there, normally at 10 o'clock when I'm going to a
Right,
concert,
right.
it's just ending.
Nah,
so this
4
is
to
going
10.
on Saturday during the day from 4 to 10. And then there's a lot going on Saturday, and that I can understand why, you being able to bring, like you said, when you're buying acts and, hey, I'm going to be in town this time, and you figuring this shit out and then making a whole production company. That's awesome. I can see, you guys collaborating together like this,
Yeah, so then let's kind of get back a little to that show like you're doing.
Okay, thanks. So, with this whole the new Black Star and Odd Jobs coming in and doing a monthly there, there's also Will and Al are doing a thing at the Orange Studio, which is like a soul party, right?
Yeah.
It's like, forget the name of it. But that same night as well, I'm DJing with Monk and Tommy Sunshine at Black Star.
Yep.
And, I just saw you guys this past Saturday or Thursday for Horror.
Yep.
And
That was great.
Yeah,
Wednesday.
man. Wednesday.
That was
right.
great. Yeah,
I
Saturday.
was there Friday.
Saturday we were there. What was it?
For your
Friday or Saturday?
birthday.
Yeah, Saturday was there for
I
my
was there.
birthday.
That's right.
For your
Yeah. So
birthday.
there we go.
Oh yeah, happy
So I
birthday!
saw
by
you
the way.
That was crazy.
That's-
thank you.
it's
Yeah.
Shout
your
out to Odd Jobs for completely catering
Right? See?
towards Swam's birthday.
That was great.
Beta.
All
Yeah.
90s hip hop, and then he went into some house music because I'm from
Right.
Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
It was
awesome.
amazing.
Beta was DJing for
Shout out to Beta.
yeah, so amazing. He was DJing all 90s hip hop for Swam's birthday at Odd Jobs this last Saturday, and he's going to be our DJ at this event on this coming Saturday.
Nice.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
Very
Yes.
cool. See how that ties in?
Yes.
Glad we talked about this.
Perfect.
So, yeah, man, I'm really excited to see what Milk and Honey comes up with. And like you said, Jurassic 5, the dude from that.
Charlie Tuna from Jurassic 5. Yeah. We're
Hey,
in talks.
I have a contact you might be interested in.
Okay.
From Far Side, Fat Lip.
Yeah.
I've got his number.
course.
So I don't know what I haven't talked to him in a couple years.
pass
but
that on down.
I'll do that.
That would be great.
Yeah, man. Right on.
Okay, you guys, Chuck Woolery,
Word.
we got a love
Yeah.
connection.
Yeah, we do.
Exchanging.
Maybe.
All right,
Yeah.
good. They're exchanging
It's
numbers.
been going on a long time.
In the room with some legendary cats, a preemptive local legend title has been dubbed on Fallon over there. So,
Absolutely.
plenty, you got a lot to live up to. There's still more. The man across the way, I don't know what he's going to keep doing, but he's going to do it, and it's
and do it
remarkable.
well.
Swanberger, Swanberger
Terrifying.
presents Milk and Honey.
Yep.
Nothing but great stuff coming from this direction. We appreciate you guys hanging with us. And can we do the? We'll do another.
Yeah, do you
segment
mind
after
hanging out
this?
for another segment?
Yeah,
kind
of
of
course.
just kind
We'll
of
go-
free for all.
We'll
if you
go
will?
roll into a little bit. Give people a little taste of epic
SOS.
beard men.
Nice.
Oh,
Epic
okay.
beard men.
Right on.
We'll go into some SOS a little later. But
Cool.
hang tight. We appreciate the humble few of you there joining us. It's the JB Rev Show.
Better and longer than ever before. Because you're not handsome enough to have no beard. Sorry. They're supposed to be epic! It was gonna be our thing.
You just can't win. Can they win? Nah, they can't win. Let me tell you again. Epic man. Get mentally fit for that celestial fist bump. Roll with MCs who spit 70s brick punk. Enemies get jumped. Penalty stiff as fuck. Stuff a flaccid penis in your pistol pump. Pump it up, homeboy, just don't stop. Some boys in blue are cool, but I trust no cops. Are they civilized, militarized, or just robots? We widen the divide between the known and the known-not. Stay straight faced to go pop Somali, but there ain't no party like a Botox party. I'm so hot tamale, so chilly chill today. You don't want your mommy to know what I really say. What if you learned what I learned from her? Spoke too close to the bush and I burned my fur. I know the fables, you failed the course in physics. I don't understand shit unless of course I lived it. So let me live, mama. Let me live, let me live, let me live, mama. Let me live, let me live, let me live, mama. As a hip hopper, without the stigma or stigmata. Save your earnings if you're fortunate to have some sucker. They say they're fans, but they never bought an album from you. That's all good and well, that's all well and good. Legacies are never set in stone when you're selling wood. What you think all this axe is for? You don't want to bring these hungry lumberjacks to war. When we yell timber, take cover and start singing R&B, motherfucker. Can they win? Nah, they can't win.
First of all, I don't know you. What is this? How did it get empty? We're cool now. I remember when it had a cassette in it. We're the cool kids. A very important cassette.
Look at me. I don't know anything. Look what I can do.
Oh, what happened to your favorite tape? Get down! It was my tape that was stolen. Where's the cassette? Where is it? Where is he? I don't know where Goofy is. Guys, please. It's not Goofy, motherfucker. I don't want to be here. This guy, go!
Crawl out of the water with the skin of a shark. Stomp on a sandcastle and murder the lifeguard. All my goddamn life, had my hand around a mic. So whatever you can like, we already said it twice. Heavy bed man with some leather and a blade. Fuck battling, I'd rather take a layer off your face. You lost, you off course, you rattled the wrong. I was made into a monster, courtesy of a. I was born for bad luck. Daddy drove a Mack truck, ran with red fuck kids who just trash stuff. Oh, you mad, huh? Then go and take a number or take a vacation while I work through the summer. It's stolen, motherfucker. Run your fingers through the jungle. It's more than just a stumble. Too pretty to be this humble. I'm picky with the drum loop, sickly with the 1-2. God forbid you miss us in your city when we come through. Now we ain't related, we just share the same mothers. So when the customs agents ask us if we're brothers, he said,
listen to me, baby.
Listen.
You just can't win. Places you trying to go, I've already been. I've been there.
When Simon Truffles,
I've been there.
Puff Daddy's apartment,
I've been there.
Fort Thunder,
I've been there.
Evil Knievel's tombstone,
I've been there.
Blue Lagoon,
I've been there.
Omaha, Nebraska,
I've been there.
Crystal Cave,
I've been there.
Sligo, Ireland,
I've been there.
Wrentham State School,
I've been there.
Eugene, Oregon,
I've been there.
Beverly Laurel,
I've been there.
Hot Springs, Colorado,
I've been there.
North Attleboro Jail,
I've been there.
a hospital in Switzerland,
I've been there.
Beavertown,
I've been there.
the Beat Solution,
I've been there.
Patriots Diner,
I've been there.
Slovakia,
I've been there.
Slovenia,
I've been there.
the Crazy Dog,
I've been there.
Color make a book named I. Like the mini sheet with the cheap textile. Pillowcase number one and every wicked light. Playing dice with a double trait and a favorite line. No snake eyes, out of it eye. Be comfortable with a bigger super now. More like Luke Cage. Overman suit days. Who pays me? Then we gon' point me. Got around 1100 other runner-ups. And the rest of the life for the wrong means. Wonder what it all means. Summer love for the winter, but you cold blood. These foes love it. Couldn't survive without the heat, the rise. I got tough skin to defeat the lies. Passion, just ask them. Strong enough to kick your ass in. Back by action, figured as much to touch core individuals, frequent crush. Plus, I don't wanna save the world from evil. I wanna save the world from themselves. To recognize we are the obstacles. Hard to believe you and the X-ray optical. Throwing a light to the nightshade, likely I'm a higher heroes retired.
City blood's boiling rise. I need to fight. Restless, dissatisfied. Infinite crisis, character of empress inspired. Exposed into open of Olympic size. Both parent panic disguise. Lord of hope, weaponry is a force in the night. Fast and accurate fashioning, back to my time. You immune to voodoo, I use spirit tools handed down. Now I'll say.
The people unmasked, fighting for the mask, happy with the grass. What's at stake? Whether you believe in fate or negate the state of now. Circling about the square one, seeking the love of Mother Earth. You can find the time and time again. We try to be every day, but not everything about it's a win-win. Come on.
We perfect the ball and not the feet. Flying the sky, prohibited, a forbidden sky.
Take a little credit for your faults, all that personal clothes. I told you all better the bit of a pushing the pro. One try to fuck the fortune to go.
WJBW, Orlando, Florida. The first quasi-radio web show.
Wow. Yeah.
All right, there you go. A whole bunch of great sounds.
yeah.
SOS bumping us out of Soliloquist of Sound there. Just
Yeah.
before that, Epic Beard Men.
Yeah.
In the room, the man over there,
The Reverend.
Swanberger.
Swamberger.
The Reverend.
sorry.
Yeah,
I can
That's
take
good.
on that
you
name.
can't change.
Well, there's
And,
two. There's three men.
The
and
glorious
one beautiful
Falcon.
woman.
A Falcon. Listen to me, Fallon.
Oh my God.
There. Okay.
Mama
There
Milk.
you get-
Her name
Mama
is
Milk.
Rouge.
Mama Milk District.
That's right, Mama Milk
That's right.
District.
It is Mama Milk District.
Thank you.
Across the way. What is that? Etuli?
Close.
I don't know why. Etuli?
Étoile.
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 Oh, did you know it means it?
What's it mean?
Star.
That's what that means.
Yeah.
I did.
Star.
The
Star
original
Boutique?
owner of the
Star.
boutique, she named it Étoile because it was cited to be one of the top 10 most pleasing sounds to the ear.
Étoile.
Étoile.
That's dope.
That is
I did
pretty
not.
dope.
I think Swanberger is probably number one.
I mean,
Well, it depends on
almost.
what circle you're in.
Swamberger.
You know, if you're hanging out with a bunch of hood rats,
Maybe.
that's
right,
a
maybe.
beautiful sound.
It's always a good sound. But that's the thing, though, is we pump original sounds, we pump original music, and when we get talented people in the room, it's always awesome to kind of get people's viewpoint. Like, what kind of music do you like, Fallon? Are you a heavy old school hip hop? Do you like
Heavy metal?
Do you like any of the new stuff that's coming out these days? You know, I mean, what do you like?
And hey, and be sure to mention what we were talking about in the driveway earlier about what gets you pumped up sometimes.
Oh,
Talking about
yeah,
pump,
that's
pump,
a guilty
pump, put up.
pleasure. This sounds so cliche, but honestly, if it's good, it's good.
Okay,
That is not cliche. That is the best way to answer
I really
a
don't.
music question.
I really don't. I mean, but I'm kind of a bad fan because I don't even typically side of Sage Francis. I don't follow anyone's like entire career because odds are I'm going to like one album, not the other. And my attention span is maybe not as solid as I might.
I have an intuitive question for you. Do you have any tattoos?
Yes.
You do. Okay. Never
Why?
mind. Do you have any
No,
tattoos? You
I don't.
I don't have any tattoos either.
Nice.
And we're a rare breed.
Okay.
You know, I kind of thought you were in that, but you're just a rare
No, what's
breed
your-
anyways.
okay.
But yeah, it's anyways.
Is that a fear of commitment comment? Got
Not
it.
so much commitment, but fear of like body shaming, I suppose. No,
Body
just kidding.
shaming?
No, not body shaming.
Well,
And to bring up body
What?
shaming, I told you
Wow.
I was going to throw this in
I
at
wanted
some
to talk
point.
about music, but
No, now
let's
we're
go
gonna
with
body
your
shame.
topic.
Let's go with
And-
body
let's
shaming.
go with body shaming.
I'm going to bully you,
Okay.
motherfucker.
Wow, yeah,
Just kidding.
it's long overdue.
No, but I love folk music. My close friends know this about me, and now Swam does, but I dabble in singing, and that stems from being a poet, which is originally how Swam and I
We
connected.
buried
Okay.
the lead on this. Okay.
But I love folk music. I love blues music. I love anyone that makes a stank face while they're playing guitar or
Nice.
singing.
Stephen Rock.
That really gets
You ever
me.
seen that motherfucker's face when he's,
right.
he's like Joe Cocker? I swear to God, I love Stephen Rock, but man, he makes some fucked up faces.
But all of those genres, as far as performance wise and lyrics, tie into hip hop. So naturally, I also love hip hop. But I mean, I was in the car the other day with Swam, and we were talking about Primus, and he
Oh my God.
completely shocked me by telling me how much he loved them.
Maybe do you want
It's
to get down
pronounced-
with me? Say, baby.
Oh yeah, see, but that
Hey,
makes
So,
sense.
like that dude's
You're like
basically rapping.
So wait,
fastest rapper.
Say,
yeah.
baby.
you guys know what I do, right?
What?
You know what I do, right?
No, what do you do?
I'm a fucking race car driver, motherfucker.
No,
Nice.
God damn it.
Nice. That was a
Jerry.
great segue.
Yeah, right then.
There's a race car.
Back to Fallon.
Fallon.
Shout out to my dad who's listening that got me into Primus
Oh, cool.
because he's an
Oh.
incredible
Wow.
bass player.
Right on.
Yeah, going back into Milk and Honey and all these different musical genres, it's important to say that we're not only going to focus on hip hop.
Right.
Because likewise, myself and Swam don't only listen to hip hop, neither does all of Orlando only listen to hip hop. We love it and appreciate it, but we want to diversify the Milk and Honey brand as much as possible.
Break that genre gap, if you will.
Yeah, exactly.
So when you said it was a cliche, Fallon, which it really isn't. Because for a long time, and when a long time, I mean like in my 20s and 30s, people were like, what kind of music do you like? And I'd be like, I like anything but country. But you know what? That was bullshit because now I like any music that's done well.
That's
you
good.
know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like saying, what kind of food do you like? I like everything except Italian. You know, but if you give me, you know what I'm saying.
Exactly.
It's like you can't limit yourself to when you limit yourself, you got to always think outside the box. And that's why it's not such a cliche. And it's nice to hear that because a lot of people don't, they're very closed-minded when it comes to music. That's why top 40 is so top 40.
Well,
yeah, exactly.
And I guess, too, that kind of goes to the topic of learning more about people because, as you perceive something, it's not necessarily what it is, right? I mean,
like Swam loving Primus.
There you go.
There you go.
There
Perfect.
you go.
There's another for the Mama Milk. Hold on.
Milk and Honey Boo
Wait,
Boo.
am I saying that right?
Mama Milk, yeah.
Mama Milk.
Yeah.
Mama Milk.
Okay.
I just want to say that.
It's Etoilette. Remember?
Oh, wait.
Like you said earlier.
I have no idea.
Yeah, no.
That's a
I
commode.
instantly
Étoile.
étoile. I instantly forget it. Like I hear it and then it's like it goes away. I don't know what it is
It
about
took
that
me
word.
6 years to get
English.
Fallon's name
Étoile.
right. so-
Étoile. Étoile.
Étoile.
All right, there you go. But that's what I wanted to kind of bring up and get Swanberger's kind of viewpoint on not necessarily defining what music is, but, because you've been in a lot of different places where you've seen people say, oh, I want to hear this, I want to hear that, or they go to a show for one reason or another. But, as music changes, do you see it becoming less defined by genre or?
I will say this. I whatever music it is, what I see, the constant that is there, it's always there, is like a movement. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And whenever there's a lot of people behind whatever expression that they're doing, and whatever they're calling it, like that's kind of what takes over at that time. Now, the fact that they're kind of right now utilizing 808s, you know what I'm saying? It's very reminiscent of like the beginning of hip hop again. You know what I'm saying?
And Acid House and
Right.
House, the
So
808 state.
There's nothing new under the sun. So as of right now, it can seem
But
as
it's
if,
like they're just discovering it. This maybe newer generation.
that's
and just,
always part of it.
They
That's
got more
That's always
ability
part
to
of
go
it.
see
and
shows.
then it has more direction, like as you age with it.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
So I think, like, at least for me, like with hip hop, like I know that it is specifically, or not even specifically, but mostly defined by its its drums. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And its
I agree.
patterns.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like the patterns in themselves, is that's like that's a staple thing.
Right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? And as long as you have that staple in there, people will identify with that.
Yeah.
Now, right now, there's more of like a glitch, stuff happening and
Trap.
True.
Well,
but,
trap's
but
about
even,
2 years old now.
But even still, like the patterns are a little different, and those people who like identify with those, like you can kind of tell, like, even within their lifestyles. You know what I'm saying? And even within in their dress and stuff like that. But I think that those things that have kind of created their own voice and their own sound, I think those things are safe.
Right.
So as we continue on, with the trap, like I'm sure we'll see more evolutions of that. And I think with Milk and Honey, we want to explore that.
Right
You know
on.
what I'm saying? Beta is, as far as a DJ, the way that dude transitions from one genre to the next, it makes me like it all.
Yes.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm
So
saying?
obviously you have never heard me DJ. So.
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
Do I probably need to.
Back to him.
And no, it's not. But
I like how he does that.
But no, I'm not trying to bring.
No,
but
that's
that's how I DJ.
Yeah.
But that's
hello.
No,
that's some hip hop shit.
He's
though.
ethereal. Yeah, right.
It's a very narcissistic hip hop thing to do.
That's why
That's right.
I identify with that. You know what I'm saying?
So
There you
wait,
go.
I do have a valid question.
Yes, I do.
which I was really thinking
I
about,
do, man.
And I figured, just the way you're describing, I'm like, and what I was saying with her that, any music that's done well. So any
Right.
good DJ
Right.
can incorporate any genre
Exactly.
in their mix.
Exactly.
Like I'm sick of people like saying, and I'm not going to say I've heard it quite a bit from DJs who I consider good DJs.
Yeah.
And they're like, man, I can't just throw that shit into my mix. It just fucks
Exactly.
up my whole thing. No, bullshit.
You got to figure it out.
Yeah, you fucking you make your scene as it happens. You don't fucking have to, any DJ that goes in with a specific set list and it can't alter from that, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. You know what I mean? You got to be able to fucking be flexible,
Free and flow
throw
in the energy in the
Yes.
room, kind of pick
It's
up on
like-
the vibe, drop down the vibe, pick it up.
Yeah,
That's pretty much.
you are creating the vibe.
Yeah,
so,
there you go.
It's like and you have to be in.
Right.
It's like what we're doing. You got to embrace the community or the room and make that shit fucking.
That's what we want to do
epic.
with Milk and Honey, man.
Well, you see, and I
Word.
love that
Same
it's
thing.
like a canvas, that it's like this open forum to kind of come and view stuff that you may not necessarily be able to see. And I think Orlando's growing in that kind of metropolitan sensibility.
Yeah.
That this makes sense.
Definitely.
Because I'll tell you, a part of the beauty of that Milk District is there's a private, intimate feel about
Yes.
it to
Yeah.
a degree,
Oh, yeah.
right? And you
That
can
whole-
get. Yeah, I mean, and so having people that are pretty, well known for this or that in that little intimate space is magic.
Yeah.
I think, because
Yeah.
you can
I
see them,
agree.
interact with them, and
Yeah.
so there's the whole dynamic there that I love. And yeah, I would say, with the Black Star and the growth and all that. But
Yeah.
I want to again kind of testify to what's coming up this Saturday, which is the event out there, and people can go kind of vibe and check out Milk and Honey Presents.
Yeah. Epic Beardman.
Epic Beard
Epic
Man.
Beard Man that we were listening to earlier tonight.
Epic Beardman.
Yep.
I just wanted all
So-
four of us to say it. That's all.
Yeah, all right. Awesome. That's a good way to focus. So the question I had for you, and you don't have to be so specific, but I feel like do you mind if I ask how old you are?
43.
Okay, right on. So I figured just the way you talk, you seem like this 80-year-old epic fucking
Nice.
like old man on that has seen
Yes.
it all and has done it all. And
Yeah.
you're teaching the children.
Yeah,
you know what I
man.
mean?
Wisdom.
So,
you
yeah.
could have said wisdom. Okay.
Well,
Oh,
anyways.
I'm down with the word old.
Well, no,
'Cause old doesn't necessarily
I mean,
mean
I'm
bad
older
to
than
me.
you, so
Yeah,
it's
of
like,
course.
and that's why I'm. This is my question. To
Although
you,
I feel
right?
young as fuck.
So,
And act.
to get back to the 808 state or 808 coming back, it made a comeback back in like the late 80s, mid 80s, really, with the acid and whatnot. So,
Jungle.
where I'm going with this is, what do you think about, with the state of like hip hop today and what's like on the
Okay.
top, and and where because it's kind of like
Cardi B?
let me set
Wow.
it up with what'd you say?
Wow, you brought that up.
I was like,
but
huh?
go ahead.
Okay.
So, like for instance, I've always been into, I've started with house and acid house.
Nice.
I got into it right around 86.
Yeah.
And so I've evolved with the whole thing, and and now it's involved into EDM, which is like
Yeah.
I hate that shit. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? I can see that where it's progressed, but back to like what do you think about the hip hop scene as it is today?
Well, there's two different sides to that for,
All right.
for me now. I mean, as an artist, there's a lot of the new stuff that I'm just not, I don't vibe with.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? However, there is a conviction to it when certain people do it and an
Right.
energy that I'm really with. And
Okay.
I think that's a huge part as far as like this Milk and Honey stuff.
Right,
is
right.
like, I think that's a huge part of it is like actually trying to pinpoint the greatness that we see in all these genres.
Okay.
And extract that attitude, if you will,
Right.
from it. You know what I'm saying? So all of the great things that we saw in the beginning of hip hop, like we're seeing in these kids today, and there's a lot of ambition. You know what I'm saying? A lot of ambition in what it is that they're doing.
Right.
A lot of attitude and a lot of conviction. And I think we want to see more of that. That's especially me personally. I want to
Well,
see more of that attitude, but
Indeed.
then we want to be able to help shape and mold that.
So, like, when I said, I'm not in this EDM shit, like, for instance, I can't think of it right now, it'll come to me. But even, like, as bad as the new genres that are developing, like trap, and I can still, like, pick up, like, a good song or two out of that. You know what I mean? But I couldn't hear that on repeat all night. You know what I mean? So it's like being able to appreciate the music that's done well.
Yeah.
You know, and then kind of like, though you can tell that those particular artists are gonna, you know, eventually, you know.
I totally have an idea about all of this, like an opinion that has been bubbling for a while.
Okay.
And like for instance, if you listen to the production of a lot of things, like sonically, things are
the production is
greater.
sick.
You know,
Yeah,
they're
there's no
great.
doubt.
They're
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Put me on a trap beat, I'll kill that thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
There's no
saying?
doubt.
You know what I'm saying?
And the reason being is because these kids learn the technology and they fucking expand that
Right,
shit.
but here's the thing. Here's what I think is happening, right? Is there's because everything's so now, you know what I'm saying?
Oh
And
my
very
God,
fast,
yeah. The millennials,
right?
like...
Everything's so popcorn, you know?
Yep.
But I think that what's happening is like you have this instantaneous kind of method to a lot of things.
Right,
and
right.
what kids are getting, like when they get into the booth or something like that,
Yep.
they get ready to write, like they're so filled with this ambition that it's like,
And
okay,
angst.
right.
That
You know what I'm saying?
angst
That it's
that
like,
youth
all right,
angst.
let's do this right now.
Right.
Let's get it.
Right like this.
Let's go in. Let's do it exactly what it is that we can.
Right.
And there's no direction because all of the outlets don't necessarily require you to
Right, 'cause
have
you could chop it in post.
any type of direction.
Any
You
kind
know
of
what I'm saying? They don't necessarily require you to have any type of
Quality lyrics.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, totally.
And now the fan base is way more broad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, totally.
So
yeah, it's
so
like crossover, if you will.
So exactly. So when I'm looking at this, and I explained that there was 2 points to this, 2 sides, right?
Okay.
As an artist, I can just say, "Yo, that's whack." You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Which a lot
Like-
of times, as an artist, I
It's
am
whack.
saying that's whack.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
God
saying?
damn, that's whack.
But
The fuck
but
away
then-
from me.
But then also, like, you know, getting older and like being a person that wears a lot of hats, and I do
Yeah.
artist development and artist management, right? Like, I am also interested in how wild, right?
Yeah.
This will be, how wild that, how do I
No,
say this?
I know what you're
wait,
saying.
Wait, hold on.
You know.
How do I say that?
Yeah.
Like, that wildness, I would love to tame.
Right.
But I don't want to tame it. I don't want to tame it to be tame, right?
Right.
I want to just kind of box it in just a tiny bit.
Harness it.
Harness
Focus
it. There we go.
Yeah.
So that you can see the wildness grow and
Right.
evolve.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I would love to be on one of these tracks and be like, all right, man, let me sun you real quick.
Right.
Let me let you know how it's done.
Like a master
and then you step it up
consultant.
from there. You know what I'm saying? You take it
Yeah,
from there.
no doubt.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
And I think
Well,
that
who kind of did that in hip hop?
Everybody's been doing that in the history of music.
But that's what I'm saying.
Well, check it.
Seriously.
You know who,
Like
who
as
I
a
thought
recent
was
example.
a great example of that?
Who?
Busta Rhymes.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
When
Right,
he
okay.
was
I tell you what,
rah,
yeah.
rah,
Oh, yeah.
rah, like a Dungeon Dragon. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? Like
dude.
that whole thing.
And he could be on anybody's thing.
Yeah,
and,
man,
and
that
dude,
whole
and
thing,
make
like
it pop.
it opened a lot of people
It
up.
did.
But it was tamed
Missy
and it had
Elliott,
a quality to it.
Timberland, like
Yeah.
that whole
That's my
like
shit.
yeah, no
Yeah,
doubt.
man.
And that's that's what I'm talking about. Like, just this progression of like being a master consultant
Yeah.
to these
Yeah.
kids today and just bringing them.
go.
Yeah.
That's and like when I said that's been
Well,
the
he
history
does-
of music.
And I think
there's no doubt.
He's still,
you know.
I see you once in a while on Facebook doing beats, doing live sessions, and
Right.
Da
Yeah.
Vinci's really good with that too.
Oh,
as
yeah.
far
Oh,
as the
oh, yeah.
knowledge
Amazing.
share, keeping the vibe out there, and
Word.
and that's what again is beautiful about the soliloquist, the sound as a group,
Right.
and.
Appreciate it.
You know what? Well, man, when I think back, I
No
was
doubt,
like, we
bro.
got to. I got to interview him in the Peacock Room, kind of
Yeah.
on behalf of all things, and then the Peacock Room closed down like soon
Right.
after that. So it was like, oh man, this place where you had this incredible thing, and so I'm so pleased to learn and hear
Yeah.
about what's going on in the Milk District with Milk and Honey,
Yeah.
because that's right along that vibe. It didn't necessarily miss a beat or anything like that, and
Right.
I still see that even as that grows, then you want to reach out to more and more people.
That
and-
same
and-
energy,
and
man.
say,
That,
here's-
that same energy. I don't mean
Yeah.
to cut your wisdom.
No,
but that
no, no.
same energy that you're talking about is actually personified in the acts that we chose.
Okay,
You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
So when you're seeing Skip again, right?
Right.
There's a newness that this guy has, and there's a new energy that he has.
Yeah.
Okay.
In kind of examining what's been out now lately.
Right.
You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? he went back to the lab and he re-identified himself. And I
Okay.
think that you're going to see that when you come out to that show.
That's
you know
cool.
what I'm saying? There's also Sean Shakespeare, who's kind of newer to the scene. He's been doing his thing for a minute. You're going to see that energy. Just like you see it in Da Vinci, you're going
Right.
to see that in these other cats,
Yeah.
man. E-Turn is another one. Queen of
E-Turn,
X.
I've heard of him.
Queen
Okay.
of X, who's actually from Tampa. John Diddy, who actually uses a little more props, and he's a little more comical when he does his thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's that cat. We even introduced a wild card, which is
Chuck McGitt.
Yeah, man.
Chuck McGitt is one of the frontmen of Groove Orient. You guys can catch them regularly at Tanqueray's. But going back to crossing genres, when I first talked to him on the phone about doing this event, which is going to be kind of like almost like an intermission
Right.
to this hip hop fest, I was like, how do you feel about doing this? And he was like, what is a genre? What is a music genre anyway? So that's going to kind of also be a Milk and Honey staple, is that we want to not only diversify the festivals
community
within themselves, but then have a wild card, a staple wild card that the general public that's coming there to see, if it's hip hop or whatever, is going to enjoy. But we want to stand out from what we see, a lot of places doing, which is, wonderful. But in my opinion, I think it's a lot of the same genre, repeating itself when you go to these shows.
Yeah.
Right.
Totally.
And like Dan Newland, you can go see Flo Rida and downtown. But that's what I'm saying though. You've got to, there's a lot of Orlando culture here that's like at the peripheral type of level, because people are, like the Rihanna, the Justin Timberlakes, all the little pop kind of, but there's a lot of power in saying that, that it's more important that the Spears that's holding all that together is really an important part of our community. So I love that this is something they're able to let part of the community participate in.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, you're bubbling up local talent. Yeah, so that's remarkable.
Well, duh.
Okay,
That's kind of why. No. Let me give you a little praise here, JB.
Go. Back to you.
Because what we do,
Back
this
to
is
you.
this is what we do on the JB Rev Show. Is we like to focus
said.
on local talented people that make a difference in our community.
Yeah.
And that's why I've been doing this myself for 4 years here in the studio with him, and he's been doing this for 8 years. So, when I told you before we started that we have a banter back and forth, it's a love-hate relationship.
Okay.
We got a lot of respect for each other. But the reason that I continue to do this is to shine light on talented people that are here in Orlando.
Well, there you go.
And what you guys are doing is
There
absolutely
you
a
go.
part of this, and we've got mad respect for that.
And even
for
to
real.
that point, let's
Thank you.
stay
Yeah,
connected.
you're welcome.
Anything that's coming into town, throw us the music. We'll air it. We'll talk about it. I mean, we want to be
Yeah.
like a little,
And how about this?
Hub.
Little-
So,
yeah, a little.
any future Milk and Honey dates that you've got some artists like the guy from Jurassic 5. Maybe we can get a phone-in interview and
Okay,
talk about him
okay.
coming in and just promote
There
the
you go.
show. I mean, it's basically
That would
just
be
kind
amazing.
of free, just sharing the love with the community.
All right.
With people that we feel deserve it, and there's no doubt you
That would
guys,
be awesome.
Have been working hard. Fallon, you especially, well, both of you especially. I mean, it's been
without question.
Seriously,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And this is a double local legend, obviously.
Definitely a double local legend.
There it is. All
There's no
right.
doubt.
You guys hang around for one more little?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we gonna do a
Super down.
revelation?
You want to do a
Yeah, let's
revelation?
do that.
All right.
Once again, April 14th, this Saturday, is the Milk and Honey presents Epic
Beardmen. Yep.
Beardmen, and that starts at 4 p.m. So, are there gonna be like a couple food trucks there as well?
yeah.
There will be food trucks,
Absolutely.
local
Let's-
vendors, DJ in between all the sets,
Right
just
on.
solid back-to-back entertainment.
Awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome. So what's the cover? Do you mind if I ask? Like,
$20.
$20.
Yep.
Okay, that's a fucking bargain right
It's
there.
a steal.
Yeah, I
So
mean-
yeah, and so you got DJs, different artists. That's awesome. So that's this Saturday, April 14th, in the Milk District. It's right. Do you got an address for that?
Yeah, it's going to be behind 2424 East Robinson Street, and that's in the Milk District, Orlando, Florida 32803. And if you guys have Instagram, you can follow us on Instagram at Milk and Honey Presents.
And obviously, you have a Facebook page as well,
We
Milk
do.
and Honey.
Mhm.
Awesome. And I'm looking forward to the stuff you're going to be doing at in further future venues, like Black Star and Odd Jobs, and I can't wait for you to maybe hear me DJ sometime. And so
I got you, man.
I have. He's good.
I got you.
Yes, so we do this thing every week where it's called the Reverend's Revelations.
The Revolution.
And
the Revelation.
Kind of feature a certain artist. So I sent this to you yesterday. You want to talk about who it is?
Okay, so I believe this is called Ochre.
Ochre,
Ochre,
yeah.
and Anaphora is the track.
Right, that's right. So it's very foreign.
So,
It's
do
very
you just
sexy.
want me to roll into it?
Just roll right into that shit. This is the Reverend's Revelations this week. Oh yeah, that was much less than 10 seconds, my friend. I'll give you that. So hey, we're back with the JB Rev Show.
Yeah, that was good stuff. The
JB
Reverend's Revelation. What was that? Who was that?
So listen, I'm going to be DJing at Black Star after
Yes.
after what's going on at the Milk District with the Milk and Honey.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll be
So
playing
come
kind of
see you
shit
there.
like that. So,
Okay. So nothing else you want to say about that?
No, just
Pretty laid back.
That's part of my. You can
Okay.
check out the Reverend's Revelations on the site.
It's all
And
updated.
it's
Yep,
all
you
updated.
got- it's all
We've got
updated,
like what
yep.
16 songs now, and I'll send you guys both a link.
A lot of songs.
Yeah, about to go.
So every week I just choose a song that I'm into or whatever at that
That
point.
shit was good.
Yeah,
thank you.
really, really good.
So and like
Yeah, send me that, though.
The whole I will. I'll definitely send you a link to that. So we're back. Damn, it's 8:20, man.
Yeah. So anything you want to do as far as wrapping up stuff? I've got a little bit more SOS. I was going to roll into some other stuff, but then at the end of this, so there's no news or anything. It's going to be the Man on the Street interview with
There you
Mike
go.
Busey.
How long is that interview?
So that's about 10 minutes.
Nice.
That's all it is.
So let's talk about that. How did that happen?
So I am at
Kush.
Kush.
Have you ever been interviewed
Kush
before?
Ultra
Okay,
Lounge.
all right.
No, and I guess Gary kind of talked me up a little bit to him, and
Okay.
I compounded together with the fact that on Facebook I message request the hell out of people
Okay.
for interviews. Like
Yeah,
that's like
you
for
do.
almost
That's
10
why-
years now.
That's
I'm
why
like,
we never get any good interviews, by the way.
Right.
Why we never get any good interviews? 'Cause
Anyway.
by the time I hit him up,
So
he's like,
all that
"Oh my god,
persistence-
you're with that JB guy?"
Yeah.
I'm sorry, bro.
That's how you gotta do
I'm
it.
sorry.
That's how you gotta do it.
Wow.
I
Yeah,
don't
that's
think-
all right.
Anyway.
He beats him up, and then I come in.
Yeah.
He's bad cop. I'm good guy.
Yeah, there you go.
And look,
bad DJ, good
we
DJ.
can end all these
There you go.
emails and fucking harassment.
confirm with me
if
now.
you just say you'll do it. All right, and then okay.
So at any rate,
like that's why you're here for.
I just thought on the fly, I was like, you know what? I can get my phone and I got my headphones up there because I was DJing at Kush, and I was like, I
Right,
could just
right.
record
So you knew it was gonna happen?
impromptu. No,
Okay.
no, I was like, oh,
But you
damn,
had your microphone.
I was like, no, I had my phone, so I recorded it on
all
my
right.
cell phone,
Okay.
and just sat there and talked with him for
All right.
10 minutes. So
Was this on the
it
street,
was interesting.
or did he come up?
Yeah, it was right in
upstairs?
front of Dank.
Oh, nice. Dank,
So
which is below Kush Ultra Lounge, which we both DJ at.
Yeah.
I'll be there Friday night, and you're going to
Okay.
be there Saturday night,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that was right.
All right. So, and I'll be, we got a lot. There's all kinds of shit going on Saturday.
Yeah, lots of them going on.
There's a bar called Dank.
It's a smoke shop.
It's a smoke shop.
Oh.
It
Which
used
is
to
Gary
be
Schwartz. You know
Kathmandu. Kathmandu.
Yeah, it used to be Kathmandu.
Yeah.
And so Gary Schwartz, if you don't know Gary, you need to friend him on
Yeah.
Facebook.
No, he's
he's
great.
amazing. He's been in here as a guest. And this guy, he's got two shops. He's got,
He's got the
one
Winter
on
Park.
Park Avenue.
Winter Park, yeah. Park
See this
Ave.
bracelet right here?
Yes.
This bracelet's been on me for 10 years. Dana bought this for me, my wife. Before we were married, before she moved in, she was going to move in, and she's like, I want to give this to you, I hope this, works out, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, you know what? As long as we're together, I will never take this off my wrist. So this has been on my wrist for 10 years. Wow. So we've traveled all over the place. Oh, there's a call coming in. And, yeah. So that's Gary Schwartz. We got a caller here. What's going on? Who's this?
Hey, I just love the story about your bracelet.
I bet you
love
do.
every time you tell the story. I've been listening for years.
Yeah?
You always tell the story about your bracelet.
All right, what's
So
your name?
wonderful.
What's your name?
Okay, I just love you. My name is The Reverend. I've changed my name to your name. I
Oh,
love you so much.
that's nice.
Oh, keep talking about yourself.
Oh.
Talk about the bracelet.
Okay, then. So, all right. Well, we get it. Nice.
Wow, what the hell was that about?
I got a lot of fans out there. I'm sure
Okay.
you get those kind of calls late
I
at
don't
night,
know
don't
if I
you?
get those kind of calls,
Oh,
homie.
man. It's
Oh, my
don't
God.
publish your number. I'll tell you.
Well, there you go.
But Gary
Okay.
is awesome, and he owns Dank, which used to be Kathmandu.
Right.
And he's got Kathmandu still on Park Avenue. It's been
Okay.
there for like 20 years.
Congrats.
I forget Gary's been part of this community.
Yeah, but it was
for,
called
like,
Cool World before.
Cool World, exactly.
When it was on
With a
Orange
K.
Avenue.
Remember
Yeah,
that?
Yeah, when it was
yeah.
on Skinny Dick's was right next
Yeah,
to it or something like
exactly.
That's
that.
one of my
Yeah.
favorite movies.
That shit goes
by
way
the way.
back.
Cool
What is
World.
Cool
Yeah,
World?
yeah.
Oh, the Brad
Oh,
Pitt.
man, that's
the
your favorite movie?
cartoon thing.
She was,
Mine is
That
Annie.
is cool.
She was my first girl cartoon crush.
Wow.
Why not Tank Girl?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Was
Well,
she a
the-
cartoon?
My
Yeah.
first Girl, Cartoon
That was
Crush
before my
was.
time. So
Ooh. Yeah, you need to watch. I need to put you up on that.
I was into Lucy. I was like,
Lucy?
What is happening?
That
Betty
bitch
Boop
was
did it for
not-
me. Whatever you got, Betty Boop, I'm down.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. The JB Rev Show, talking with talented people on the weekly. I guess this kind of corralled into some kind of bubbled up thing, but
Yeah.
I do want to put a major emphasis on the fact that you're a badass. I
Thank
love
you.
what
You
you
are,
do, Fallon.
Fallon.
Thank you so much for spending some time with us and chatting with
Yeah.
us and sharing
Thank you.
a little bit
Thank
about who you are. And
you.
again, we gave you that local legend title because I believe you
Well
got
deserved.
you got a badass. You got a lot of cool stuff you're going to do as well.
Yeah.
I
So,
appreciate it.
I can't wait to see what is in the future for
I
you.
can't either.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna be
I think
teaming
you
up
got
with
some
this
cool
guy.
stuff,
Yeah.
no doubt. And that's the perfect segue over to the man, the myth, the legend, Swanberger. It's his birthday month celebration.
That's right.
I need the people to name a donut after him. Any
Yes.
local business, you need to name a good after Swanberger.
There we
And
go.
that is the push this month. We're making it happen because you, dude, you seriously are a legend. You brought a lot of
No doubt.
positive heat to this town. And I know you still are pumping and churning in the background. So thank you for doing that, brother.
Thank you.
Because no, with no doubt, you
How about-
just are so for real.
How about a street name?
Bless you. Oh, what's that mean? A street? After,
Yeah, I need to get a street name. Can I get a street?
Swanberg Court.
Oh,
All right,
man,
you
we
got to
don't-
hit up Buddy
Anybody
Dyer.
out there
You
name
gotta
a
Buddy
street
Dyer.
after me?
All right.
We don't need another
We got to go right to Buddy
Rat Alley.
The
God damn.
audacity it
Buddy
takes.
Dyer. We
We might get an alley named after you.
That would be amazing.
Swanberger
I'm down with
Alley.
that.
Okay.
Word. You like that, right?
All right. So before we go into anything, I thought I had another track here. I didn't know if you wanted to go into that and come back with anything or what. Where are we at?
I
right
think
now? It's 8:30.
I think this was
We're
great,
good.
man.
All
This is
right.
a good hour and a half.
Let's do this.
Thank you guys for being here.
Let's
Oh, hell
close
yeah.
out in the way that we do, thanking all of our people that we work with.
Fallon's got to
Here,
get
hold
back
on.
to Tasty
Yep,
Tuesday.
Yep, let's do
Or
it. Hold on.
Tasty
there we go.
Takeover.
I don't because I have an incredible partner.
I was trying to give you an out.
I do.
But this is the end anyways.
Oh man, we gotta go.
Polka's Hottest, POCASHOTTEST.com, PolkasHottest.com, finest hot sauce in the
Oh, I feel
land.
like
Get
I'm
you
gonna
some.
sneeze.
Okay, ShannonHoltArt.com. Oh, and Dank Orlando City
Dank.
Smoke Shop,
Kush Ultra Lounge.
Ultra Lounge, ArtArmy.org.
Hey, throw in little indies.
Etoile.
Etoile.
Etoile. God, why do I do it every time?
But it's not just Etoile. It's
Etoile.
Etoileboutique.com.
Okay.
Oh. And you got a Facebook page.
And we have Facebook.
And you got Instagram.
And we have Instagram.
Solila.
It's all Etoile Boutique.
Solila.
Etoile. How do you
Soliloquist
spell
of Sound.
Etoile?
Solila.com.
Yep.
Thank you.
How do you spell Etoile?
Etoile.
There it is.
Oh, that's very. I would think it'd be like ETTOU. I don't want to confuse
What?
people. It's just one letter each.
Etoileboutique.com. You can buy tickets for the event on Saturday on my website, BT Dubs.
Oh, nice.
Let's go.
Word.
We're going to bust into. There it is.
Étoile.
We're going to bust into a little bit of
Or, as
soliloquist
Trump
of
would say,
sound.
break into.
Whatever.
Yes.
Yeah,
Whatever.
yeah, fuck that guy.
Soliloquist of sound. Gotham City chase scene.
We're
Let
not political.
them know.
But Trump sucks.
All right. We'll be back with a little on-demand interview.
We'll see you next
with
week.
Mike Busey. See ya.
Typical for a chase scene, nobody wait, move out of my way, place flame upon the same who never wanted me to be confrontation, obey to be the face of a planet, granted we fall for the rodeo, okey doke, only folks to be choked by the tightrope, not me, I'm wanted for believing in king, my wife could be a wreck before a similar thing, but she gave birth to me before she married me for better, so now the town is chasing her about with scarlet letters, eyeballing it with 15, whip for ice cream, forfeit, the portrait of roots for icing, tightening, the screw loose suits and blue new size, play dead till the noose and you rise, my eyes wet, for a leader then still do, running for the position, the king will kill you, so I press on, in the face of what less on, the point of making points with the point to press on, the mood is stress gone, test the fact gone, my neighborhood submits to unpredictable headlines, don't believe the hype, I know you wanna be all normal, when formal, the world is flat, I just tried to warn you, man. Take heed to the seeker zombies to chase the seekers, a non-believers of the word they say is peace, but in fact it's off track. A train wreck set to a tune that wears black, and still I run from a mob of chalk walk. Soon to be a victim to a dream that won't stop. On in a race against time, time. Refuse to lose.
I got the call to wait from its old mate.
But one who done impossible to see. Cavalry's coming to fill sinister next to its knees. I birth blues in a crimson tide. Neath buildings that scrape the sky. Gather past to restore the warmth from downpour of insipid eyes. Whisper them wishes every night. So when I wake, it remains as no need to escape.
WJBW Orlando, the very first quasi-radio web show.
All right, there you go. WJBW, we do this on the weekly. It is the JB Rev Show. Now, a special little treat for you. It's about a 10-minute session I was able to capture on the street in front of Dank Orlando City Smoke Shop with Mike Busey, who you may know from the Sausage Castle. So here's a little 10-minute chat. We'll just bust out of that into some more music and then close things out. So thanks for listening. Enjoy this little man on the street special.
I'm out here in front of Dank Orlando City Smoke Shop and ran across a legendary guy. It is Mike Busey, and I'm so honored you're able to chat with me, brother. Thank you, man. How you doing?
Well, thank you.
Yeah, it's
I was
great.
looking for a place to take a shit.
Yeah.
And it started to rain, so I was seeking shelter, and I ran across this place.
Yeah, well, you're legendary here in Florida in general. The Sausage Castle, man, had a big debate out where you were. You're in a beautiful, nice place right now, I think. But give us a little history of that whole thing. I mean, how'd that all kind of start up for people?
Oh, I got kicked out of a private Christian college.
Yeah.
And then basically bounced around from house to house. And I've had currently, to this date, 8 different locations. The last one we were at for 10 years. The county didn't want me there, so they burnt my house down and kicked me out.
They burnt the house down.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I know. Well, you've been a lot of people.
And not only they burned it down, they bulldozed it like within an hour of the
leveled
flames.
it.
Yeah, there was an active investigation, but there was no investigation to be had because the place had already been bulldozed.
Now, you're famous, I will say. And
I would
you've
say
got
famous, but, like,
relatives, right?
I got a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Yeah. So you kind of grew up with a lot of people influencing you and kind of saying, hey, so I love that you've done your own thing. You've created, I don't want to call it a cult-like thing, but it's a
sex cult.
Is it?
You gotta put your dick in the Kool-Aid, and say it 10 times and spin around in a circle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then you can join.
Yeah. So people go to sausagecasual.com, right? Is that
no, it's actually MikeBusey.com.
MikeBusey.com.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay.
It used to be sausagecastle.com, but then
you changed it up.
Yeah, we switched it up.
Yeah. Well, dude, you're fucking awesome, man. I love the parties you throw and things that you do. Is there other stuff in Florida you'd look forward to? Hey, I want to fucking do this, or get people together to make some kind of shit.
I used to
we're on the radio show. Hey, this is Ray Ray.
Who's the beautiful lady?
This girl's got nice, big, fake tits.
She does, but she actually used to have her own show on Fox Sports.
Oh my God!
As well as CBS Sports. So
she has a pretty vagina.
It's Ray Ray with the pretty vagina.
Oh my God!
Hi, back again. Any of my fans from Fox Sports, you know where to follow me. Love ya.
That's all.
Hey, Mike, so good to see you.
Bye, sweetheart.
And what was your name?
JB.
JB.
Great to meet you.
Tell your followers.
Yeah, no doubt.
Follow me again.
Right.
Have a good night.
Beautiful lady. Wow. You get that all the time, I'm sure.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Only in front of a smoke lounge.
Yeah. Do you hang out downtown a lot?
I try to as much as I can.
Yeah. You been to Black Star up there?
I go to Black Star, Brown Star, White Star,
okay,
fucking Yellow Star. I go everywhere. I go to all the stars.
Yeah.
It's literally raining on a Saturday night.
I know.
I just love Orlando. It's my town. So
yeah.
I always come out here, and I've been in pretty much every city in America, and nothing's better than Orlando.
What's some of the craziest shit that's happened in the Sausage Castle that you can talk about?
How much time you got?
Is it as much time?
Literally, just like 2 weeks ago, I had a members weekend where like they were shitting on each other's chests and shoving hot dogs up each other's ass and eating it.
Oh my God.
Tying their dicks together. These are heterosexual
Where's fucking
dudes.
Howard Stern? Why isn't Howard Stern all up in your shit?
Howard Stern's he's cool, man. He's covered me in the house before. I have a Veterans Day party where I invite veterans to come over to get a blowjob and dinner and haircuts and tattoos. So he's covered me before. So
that's fucking awesome. So I would think that'd be like a hotbed for him. I think he'd
I mean, he's obviously the king. You know, I'm just a fucking peasant in his shadow.
Well. You're Florida's representative for that.
Yeah, I try to put out for my city.
We do a local legend thing, dude, and it's 20 plus years of somebody pumping forward in the scene.
20 years, I got 20 years.
You fucking meet that criteria. So
I just got 2 Rolexes.
Yeah. Oh, with that, there you go.
Yeah, every 10 years I got a Rolex. I got 2 of them now.
Yeah. What are people?
How you doing, man?
You guys do a lot of great stuff too. At the time, I saw you did a lot of great stuff with like live feeds and stuff. You were like ahead of the curve with that shit.
Yeah, technology.
Like,
we've always tried to like be on the cusp of that.
Yeah,
that's always helped our audience to where we've always had like the latest and greatest of what's going on with whether it be an app or whether it be
being
a website.
a live cam, and all that shit.
I was one of the first entertainers to broadcast live from social media.
Yeah.
Which sounds like I'm some grandfather wizard. It's like, did you know in my days? In my days, I was fucking...
Yeah, but that's why I'm saying it's legendary, because it's you gotta fucking break through and do shit, and nobody else is doing it, and it's hard as hell. It's not easy like I got my phone here, you know?
Yeah, back in my days,
like
I would have done anything to have something simple like this.
Yeah.
You didn't spend like $100,000 just to do this.
Yeah, exactly.
And you got a pair of headphones and an iPhone.
Yeah. And that's all we got.
Yeah.
But you fucking rock, dude.
Thank you, man.
You're welcome, man. And again, people go to MikeBusey.com. Go check this guy out, dude. You fucking got a lot of cool shit coming up. Anything fun?
Yeah, we got like some. I have a live stage show. We travel the country. Me and a midget, a bunch of fire breathing strippers. We got all kinds of cool shit going on at the new Sausage Castle.
Yeah.
We have like a thing called Members Weekends, where if you're a member, you get to watch my secret snap, which is completely uncensored. And you get invited to the parties like once a month, and basically get to come over and get your dick sucked at my house. And
wow,
it's not guaranteed, but you just
but you got a chance.
You just gotta pull your dick out.
It's a better fucking chance. Yeah, like here you go.
Like if you just pull your dick out and go to sleep, it's more likely someone's gonna walk by and suck it or something. You know?
Yeah, it's just
unless you're a real asshole. It's a very like free spirited. Like no one's judging.
No holds barred.
Yeah, we
whatever's
don't care
going on.
Race or religion you are, or if you're like famous or a schmuck, whatever. It's come as you are, and come and be yourself.
Anything goes.
Yeah, it's an inspiration piece.
Yeah,
like a guy, like I came from nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, and now I'm very, very blessed, and now I'm like the ratchet Robin Hood. I try to take whatever I can and get back to whoever I can, however I can.
Fucking straight up Johnny Appleseed and shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Apple on your head and all that shit.
You want to do music? You musically inclined?
We have a recording studio at the house.
You guys do, yeah.
We work with a bunch of major artists, and they're always coming over to
Who are some of the people that hang out there?
Post Malone.
Really?
Machine Gun Kelly.
Holy fuck.
We've had Plies at our house.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much every like demographic of artists you can think of.
Yeah, that's badass, dude. I'm speaking with JB Webb out here in front of Dank Orlando City Smoke Shop, speaking with legendary fucking Mike Busey. Dude, you rock. I don't want to keep you. And, but what else? What's one of your favorite spots around here in Orlando?
I mean, I like going to Bullet Bar and like kind of like cruising around, just fucking randomly walking around and I don't know, like I don't really have a favorite spot.
Yeah, just wherever you're at.
Yeah, wherever I'm at, I try to make the best of where it. Whether it's like a fucking Tutti Frutti nightclub or some shithole dive bar.
Go to the Parliament House? Yeah,
or if I'm in Parliament House, jacking some dudes off, whatever.
Yeah, okay.
Whatever it is, I try to make the best of it.
That's awesome. Well, we're going to air this this Tuesday night. We actually got Swamberger. You know him? Local guy. Yeah, Soliloquist the Sound. He's in.
Anyway, here's my driver.
So I think we got him there. But
hey, how you doing, titties?
There you go. Rock down.
Will you show my friend some titties? He's
Mike Busey. Oh my gosh, wonderful. That's gloriously delicious. Thank you.
I only got one titty, but
thank you. What's your name?
Tiana.
Tiana. Beautiful.
Beautiful titties.
Beautiful. In general. Mike.
Donnie already left?
Yep.
What the fuck?
Exactly what I said.
What are we doing here?
What's happening? All right, well, I'll let you figure out what the hell's going on. You rock, brother, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
I appreciate it again. We want to throw people your way. It's Mike Busey, MikeBusey.com. Local legend, impromptu fucking interview. Google fat asshole.
Google small penis.
Sausage Castle.
Dude. Who used to be really poor and now he's not.
Yeah. Well, good. Well, keep doing what you're doing, man, because it's a fucking vanguard. You're burgeoning forward. You're doing some shit, dude, and it doesn't go unnoticed.
To be on the forefront of just not giving a fuck.
Yeah.
Everyone should live like that. I mean, I feel bad for anyone. I would feel bad for them, but I really don't, because if they care about what people think, then they're assholes. How you doing, man? What's your name?
Buxley.
Mike. Nice to meet you.
I know, you're Mike Busey.
Yeah, man. Sure.
I know you are.
That's
Thank you,
awesome,
bro.
dude.
Thank
Yeah, doing a little session on the street. But yeah,
Yeah, man. It's the only way to live, man. Live free or die.
no, yeah. Don't let shit fuck you up. And
Life's too short.
you don't care about politics. You got any fucking
I got
opinion
my
on
own
that
little
shit?
thing, you know, but it's like people don't want to hear that. Like my job is to make people smile and forget about their shitty job.
Good.
Or their fat girlfriend.
Yeah, forget
stop
about
sucking their
who's in
dick
the fucking office or
cancer
whatever.
and, like,
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, man.
Those
shit-
people are not cool, by the way.
Those people are they're probably not
tightwads.
making the rules anyways.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fucked up shit going in this world, so
no doubt.
We should take comfort and confidence in each other and not the people that are elected.
Yeah.
And we should take more pride
Yeah,
and
work with each other.
Yeah, we
fucking
should
make our own
we should definitely
shit.
take more pride and definitely should educate ourselves on who's running for what.
Yeah.
You know, we're one of the few countries that don't give a fuck. Meanwhile, people are like dying for the right to do it.
Yeah.
In other
We
places.
take it for granted.
Yeah, we definitely do.
Totally
The
understand.
politics are shitty no matter what. You know, there's no winner in politics.
Yeah.
People fake it. And,
You just leave it alone.
yeah, it's I don't leave it alone. I just it's just one of those things where it's no one wants to hear Mike Busey's.
Yeah, I do. I was curious.
They want to see titties and they want to see midgets.
Okay.
And I give them titties and midgets.
All right.
So-
Well, we're fucking rock steady, brother.
Thank you,
Again,
brother.
appreciate it. JB Webb live outside of Dank Orlando City Smoke Shop. You never know who you're going to see. Legendary Mike Busey just had a chat. So, dig that, motherfucker.
Hell yeah.
Peace. Awesome. There you go. That's a decent 10 minute little
Fuck yeah.
little session there.
Don't lose it.
No, I think it's because it's wet. Hold on.
The more I run, the farther away it seems. What is green is always more than a yard away. Art is a mean meditation, staring at a blank screen. In between what we mean and the things we say. I gotta stay one step ahead of a losing game. I'm a slave to the pages I throw away. To create complicate, it's the same damn thing. Once it's made, I'm too good to appreciate. So I try to put a little piece of myself in. Keep the pretty people listening. Keep in mind all the negatives and positives. Charges floating around the audience. I'm biting my tongue. But the words don't come. I'm biting my tongue. Oh, but the words don't come. It's in the air, it's in the atmosphere. I can hear, but I can't tell what it's telling me. Too many sides to a story, all these colors and shapes. I'm afraid if I love it, you won't agree. Art is love, love is work. It hurts to give yourself to it. Art is work, work is love, reminding us why we do it. Art is love, love is work. It hurts to give yourself to it. Art is work, work is love. Forget yourself for the music. So I try to put a little piece of myself in, keep the pretty people listening. Keep in mind all the negatives and positives. Try just floating on the ideas. I'm biting my tongue, but the words don't come. I'm biting my tongue. Oh, but the words don't
WJBW.
The electronics are so predominant that people would really prefer that.